Hello, everybody, and welcome to League of Dota Season 3. My name is Berkeley, and joining me is Rock.
Hello!
How's it going, buddy?
Good, mate, good. How about yourself?
Yeah, really, really well. So this is the first game for League of Dota Season 3, and in case you guys watching on Twitch don't know how this works, basically what you do is you register for this tournament, and you start, right now, and it's single elimination. All the way until the final. So if you lose a match, you're out of the competition, you're out of the tournament for the day, and then the winners are completely undefeated all the way through their matches until it's whittled down to a single winner. So it's going to be a huge day, Dota. We got lots coming your way. And make sure you click that little follow button on the Twitch channel to keep up to date with all of our casts. So, without any further ado, let's jump right into the draft. We've got Naga Siren as the first pickup for OG No Namers. So we probably going to be seeing her maybe in a mid or a farming position. She can be a support as well, so she's a nice and versatile hero. So we'll have to wait and see what their future picks are to see where exactly she's gonna fit into this entire team composition. We've also got Treant Protector, and he is very, very strong support, some great heals and sustain in lane, as well as some early and even late tower protection. So I can't wait to see how they're going to be laning this. So we'll just have to wait and see for some future picks. And what are you thinking about this Dire? The Radiant on Mach-5. Their choices so far, Rock.
Well, I'm pretty actually really interested in all the picks, really. Like, it's kind of like almost like an old school, return to old school ways with Naga and Treant and Tiny as well now. I love these picks. I definitely love the Earthshaker. Earthshaker is so fantastic at the moment for any type of anti-push, because the more minions, the more anything you throw at him, it just does more damage when he ground pounds or when he does his Echo Slam. And Tiny as well, also heaps of stun damage. It doesn't really synergize all that well with Earthshaker in the way that, well, he'd probably be mid, but if he is a lane carry, you'd really want Lane to buff up his mana, because he's so mana heavy. So interesting to see what they do with that.
Tiny and Io were a really popular combination just because of that mana sustain. So we might be seeing an Io, but that is, as you said, a bit more of an old school pick. Both the Naga Siren and the Tiny have dropped off a lot in the recent 6.80 patch. We haven't seen a lot of him in the professional and the amateur scene. It's been mostly about the early push, looking at Lycan and some minions from Nature's Prophet or something, going through to even like a heavy carry Faceless Void, or something like that, or a Life Stealer. But the Tiny as the carry has really, really dropped off. So I do wonder if Mach-5 are going for more of an old school team build, or if they've just come up with something new, something they're comfortable with, and we're going to be seeing some interesting and unexpected plays coming from these guys.
Yeah, look, I reckon it's going to be. There's so much room for a little bit of creativity with your picks now, and people are really fleshing out what the different characters can do again. It's really interesting at the moment in drafting, and part of the reason these guys are in the draft is because of the bans. And we haven't even looked at the bans, but pretty much you're going to have a Invoker and a Lycan ban straight off the bat. And as you said before, Lifesteal is also getting quite popular, but a really nice ban that we just saw there, which was definitely a respect ban for Tiny, was the IO ban. So they have got rid of it. They don't want Tiny to have it. They don't want the reload gank. They don't want that extra mana for him. But the fact that they picked up the Slider kind of assumes now that he's probably going to be mid.
Yeah, and I'm definitely thinking the Slider's going to be in the farming role, and we're going to be seeing a Tiny mid. Now, in terms of support, they could stack the armor debuff with the Slider and go for something like a Dazzle as a support. Dazzle is pretty popular right now. He's a tier 3 pick and ban hero, so he's pretty popular. Wow, greedy lineup coming from Mach-5.
Well, that's the mid, I think. So it could be a Slider offlane too. We have seen quite a lot of teams choosing to pick a carry that can solo lane, that's a little bit durable or might have an escape or something, and then you see The reason they do this is so that the other lane, which is quite often a tri-lane and might involve a ganker or someone, then creates a space for that carry. So the carry, it's kind of a different role. We used to see the carry being protected by the other supports, but now we're kind of seeing like a little bit more of a role where the carry is just left to do their own thing for such a long time and kind of look after themselves. And really, it's up to the supports and everyone else to make the space for the carry as opposed to just protecting him or her.
Yeah. Rather than for protect one, it's more like for attack the rest of the team while the one farms.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely think the plays has gone more towards ganking in the recent weeks, if not months. But OG No Name is answering with the silencer, or sorry, the silencer pickup before the razor. Should be pretty interesting because I mean, if he gets a couple of early kills on Tiny, or is at least close nearby when Tiny goes down, that's two like really, really important intelligence from Tiny being sapped away because his mana pool's just going to keep reducing if he goes down.
Well, they're all strength heroes and agi heroes, so they're all going to cop it. Earthshaker needs his mana too, and if he doesn't have it, he's going to be hurting. And exactly the same with Razor as well. Like, Razor's going to be stealing heaps of damage, but if he doesn't have the mana, so it's interesting to see actually that silencer might be a mid pickup to. Or the Viper, they've actually got OG No Namers. They've actually got a really versatile kind of lineup. Both teams do. We could see the Naga mid, we could see the Viper mid, or we could see the Silencer mid, and you could even see the Mirana mid. So
yeah, the queen of versatility, coming out with the Mirana. I think that you're absolutely correct there with OG having a lot more versatility, and they can just sort of change their lane around depending on the entire, all the way up to the last pick. They are not stuck with any sort of lane composition.
And we've got a Clockwork picked up last there, so that's their offlaner probably, and it really does now make us think what's going to be happening on Mach-5's side. Is it going to be a Tiny trying to protect Tiny, or are they going to farm one of these guys in the jungle? I'm not really too sure, but I can't imagine an Earthshaker Tiny Slider lane being all that effective.
Tiny or Slider, they might be having as a support instead of a carry like they usually in. So I think one of these roles is going to not be what we expect coming out from Mach-5. I feel. Yeah. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Now so we may as well introduce the Radiant, and on the side of the Radiant is Mach-5 for their first match for League of Dota Season 3, and whoever wins this is going to be moving on to Round 2. So on the side of the Radiant we have Mach-5, and on the Clockwork, who looks like he's going to be heading into a solo safe lane position, is Vexon on the Clockwork. He's still sitting in base. He's picked up his items and is ready to head out. In the mid, we've got Orang, and he's on the Razor, who's going to be mid. And then with the tri-lane, we've got Tiny, who's sitting ready to do a creep block. And that's Smexy Walrus on the Tiny. We've got Salamander on the Earthshaker, and then on the Slider, which I'm not sure if the Slider is going to be farming or the Tiny, we have King. Oh, I'm so bad with Leet Speak. Kenegas?
I have no idea. Let's just call him King 4. Alright, and I'll quickly introduce these guys on the Dire side too. So I'm just going to quickly start up in the top lanes. We've got Silencer up here, Psych on Silencer. Coming in, we've also got the Viper as well. So we've got, it looks like Tadpole and Viper. We've also got an Illusion rune coming. Illusion, one of Earthshaker's illusions coming in there and cause a little bit of trouble. Now on the mid, we've got the Naga Siren, and that's looks like Bayet. I'm going to call him Bayet. We've also got on the Treant, we've got it looks like Frog, Oz Frog, and down below on the Mirana we have Clue. She's got many a clue.
Sweet. And I think, going by the chat in the lobby, I think Clue's a stand-in for OG. So we'll have to see how she keep an eye on her in the off lane. See how she fares against this Clockwork. And they're going toe to toe right now, like just smashing damage to each other, right clicks and abilities, the like.
So we've basically got Trilane versus Trilane up top here. We've got the Viper, the Treant, and the Silencer all up against the Slider, Tiny, and Earthshaker. And it's just this massive stun-heavy melee Trilane. And it really does look like, well, Slider possibly could be doing a support role, or maybe they're just going to try and share the farm around. I don't think there's such thing as a tiny support. It's just, that's no.
Well, with the going by the items though, we've got the Stout Shield picked up on Slider, so that's going to improve with his sustain in going in for last hits. So I'm thinking that we are seeing a tiny support, or if not, at least a more utility tiny rather than carry tiny, maybe transitioning into a carry later in the game.
And it's interesting. I think he's actually trying to stay invisible. He's actually trying to stay quite hidden, and maybe going to try and get a gank. Now it's really exciting up top, but I just want to quickly draw attention down the bottom because Mach-5, Orange has just picked up the double damage rune, so he could go bottom and really mess up Clue, but it looks like he is. He's actually, he's tossing it up. Will he go? Will he won't?
Orange, he's sitting in, he's been cogged. She leaps out.
No, I don't think she's going to be able to finish it. Unfortunately, that Razor just doesn't have any lockdown capabilities, so it was either...
Mirana is very, very slippery.
Yes, that's right.
So checking out these guys, checking out the last hits, Viper doing very, very well in his safe lane position, getting sitting on 13 last hits. Naga Siren catching back up, and she's got a fair amount of farm right now, sitting on 14. So now that Razor left her alone for a bit, she's getting much better end of the farming deal because Razor's just sitting on 4. I mean, the top 3 farmers right now are all on the side of OG No Namers.
Yeah, so just to get to the lanes, they're such unusual lanes too. I suppose Viper's Silencer, Treant's not that unusual, but they're both doing really well.
Yeah, and I'm thinking in terms of because you've got Silencer there, who's just going to be harassing a lot. And if you have anyone who pokes their head out, Silencer's going to slam down a Curse of the Silent on you. And First Blood!
Down the bottom,
nice.
2 Clue. Obviously, now the Clockwork, so sorry we missed that, guys. We're kind of focusing on this top lane up here, but the stand-in Clue for OG is rocking her socks off.
Yeah, Mirana with the play, so she's going to be nice and happy with that result.
Oh, very much so. She's off to a great start. And there's even this illusion rune down bottom too, which they've got beautiful work. So she's just going to straight in. Maybe get the stun off. No, too far. I think that was just a defensive stun, defensive arrow, just to make sure that no one was coming in for that illusion rune. And they're controlling those runes quite well. Oh, a bit of trouble up top. We've got the Fisher down. We've got a toss by Tiny. There's a heal coming out on the Treant now, and Tiny's in a bit of... Oh, that Lich Seat's really hurting. He's down. Beautiful hit there on the Tiny. He tried sneaking to get the gank, but Earthshaker's not finished. He's dropped down to Fisher, but Treant. Mr. I'm so healy Treant.
That slow, that Leech Seed, sapping away health while the rest of the team all they have to do is just chase after you. That's it. And they're just going to sap away your health.
And it's the embodiment of like, almost baiting you in, like, oh, look, I'm sick. No, I'm not. Oh, look, I'm hurt. No, I'm not.
Just tricking. But with the as I was saying before, with the Tiny, that's a much needed kill for OG, and a definitely not wanted death from the Tiny, because each time that he goes down, as I said, his mana pool is going to be reduced thanks to that intelligence being sapped up by Silencer.
Yeah, really nice kind of lane synergy there. That intelligence boosting up Silencer. He's supporting, but he gets to kind of have...
Now these guys are going to bot. Mirana back on the Clockwork, and Clockwork's going to go down yet again.
Oh, big hit. Wow, she's just mincing it up down bottom.
Yeah. He thinks that he's safe by cogging in with her and getting the stuns off, but it's the animation for the arrow is really, really short. So even between the battery assault stuns, she manages to get it off. And even though it is quite close range, she still does a fair amount of damage.
Oh, absolutely.
And that mini, yeah,
And she's
takes
got such high
takes a
attack
lot.
speed as well and range, so she can finish off those kills. She can deal with a lot of damage while she's in there. So probably not the easiest person to try and gank on. She's got the escape. She's got a lot of damage output. And it looks like this Nagasaurus just picked up a double damage rune mid, and it looks like there might be a bit of a
Miranda wants to go on the Razor.
Beautiful arrow. Follow up with the net. Oh, I don't think they're going to need it. Wow.
Wow. Huge. Nicely done. And so that's going to be 4-0 kills on the side of OG No Namers. Great early game start. With that arrow in mid, that's well and truly mid one. Mirana with 2 kills on the Clockwork means that you've got bottom lane 1 for OG as well. And now the tri-lane, they've lost Tiny, and Viper's got 42 last hits. So right now it looks like this tri-lane has been lost as well. So OG No Name is really strong play, all here in the farming phase of the game, and the laning phase, I should say.
Yeah, they're doing a great job now. There's a fish being dropped on Viper now, and Tiny's trying to toss Trent. Trent just gets away, and Viper nails on Tiny. Smashed him down, and now they're in a lot of trouble. Racing to try and help, and he's dropped out a huge nuke, but this Mirana
ult.
This Treant heals, and they are just going to escape.
Just going to be able to back up and waste that ult from Razor.
And that definitely came out in OG's name again, because that was a 1-for-0 kill for OG. Plus you had this rotation by Razor, which means nothing. And then if you look at mid, now Naga's almost got this tower down mid because she's got free farm now. She's got a free lane. So OG really having the better luck in that one too. And I think M5 just basically throwing out a little bit more kind of risky creative plays now, because they know that this game's starting to get a little bit out of hand, and they really want to try and maybe put a bit of a halt on this tri-lane up top.
Yeah, and that was another 2 intelligence gone from Tiny, so Tiny's sitting on a measly 15.
Beautiful
plus
arrow
4.
down bottom.
So
now Mirana's coming in again, dropping lots of damage with that great right click of hers, and she's still got her Starfall up. I wonder if she's going to finish off with that. No, she's just going to right click him down. That was amazing.
she actually hasn't skilled Starfall, so she's got maximum points in arrow. Got 1 in leap and 1 in her ulti.
Wow. It's a very confident play, isn't it? Knowing that she can just get what she needs. Oh, this slide is going to go down from the Viper ulti. Tiny tries to come in and scare them off, but it's just nothing. It's too late. Too little too late, and poor old Slider goes down. Clockwork's going down too. It's 0 for 7. And let's just have a quick think about this this tournament now. This is how brutal this tournament is, League of Dota, because we're looking at a game now that quite possibly one team could be playing for the rest of the day, going on having 10 more matches, and the other team could not be. This might be the first and last game of their match of the day.
Yes, and a lot of the time you hear that and you go, it's just playing Dota all day. That's easy. That's fine. But when you're playing in a competitive environment like this, when every single play matters and every single decision matters, it's really
going down
exhausting.
Bottom. Sorry, Razor's in a lot of trouble because he's come in to try and give Mirana a bit of trouble, and Mirana has just done exactly what she's been doing to Clockwork and arrowed him and smashed him under tower. This Mirana is just going nuts.
She is so confident, and I think Clue just knows exactly what what Mirana is about. So confident on her plays, and knows when she can take a hero. And I was looking at her skills. I'm like, am I doing math wrong? Because there's only now 6 skill points that have been put into skills. She's actually gone now with the 11th, a second skill in the Moonlight Shadow, which she's popped right now, and gonna go for a gank. But she's gone actually stats.
This Moonlight Shadow is on, and we've actually got the Nagasaurus song coming out, and Earthshaker is caught. Are they going to drop everything on him? Looks like they are. He's gone.
And Miranda got an arrow on the Tiny. Just going to let the others get the last hit. Leap out of the...
Trying to do some damage, but
out of the stun.
He's gone down. Sliders coming in also trying to do some damage, but that's a mech that's popped off by OG, and they are just so well farmed. Viper's coming in now, drops some slowing damage. Oh, beautiful Fisher there by Shaker, probably saving Slider. So there is just damage coming in all over the place. There's also a stray arrow coming in there as well, so M5 really having to dodge a lot of incoming magic damage.
Mirana was a microsecond from getting killed by the Slider stun. Slider jumped in with the stun, but she actually leapt out right as he got there and was about to kill her. So really quick fingers from Clue.
Mate, so impressive, and like you know, you can just imagine how the drafting. The drafting time went. It would have been, if she is a stand-in, they would have been, so, Mirana, what can you play? Or, what's your favourite character? She would have gone, Mirana, get me Mirana. They would have gone, okay, that's a nice thing, not expecting her to rip it up. So, obviously they're very happy that they got her a Mirana.
Yeah, I think so. Looking at the kill deaths and everything, Mirana sitting 4-0 and 2. Viper actually doing really, really well, getting a lot of the last hits thanks to skilling up the poison attack pretty darn high. Clockwork gonna hook in.
Clockwork's come in, and the Razor Nukes drop down. Viper's trying to survive. He's dropped the mech, but he is going to go down. And that is again a 1-0 trade on the side of OG.
No, that was Mach-5, so they actually got their first kill. Wrapped it in.
You're right. That's their first kill. Good job.
So trying to rope it back and trying to claw back a little bit of this gold and XP lead. Because if we check out the gold graph, I mean, we've got the 10,000 already in favor of OG. Then we've got
we've got a bit
7,000.
Sorry to cut you off, Bo, but we've actually got a Moonlight Shadow out on the side of OG, and they are coming in. That is a huge arrow that's actually hit on the Razor, but he wasn't stunned for very long, and Razor goes down. Now he's coming in, he's got, Mirana's got this living armor on, so she is just so tanky right now. And Earthshaker's doing what he can to try and hold them off, but he actually defends very nicely. But both Tiny and Razor go down in that counter initiation there.
So Thadpole's already got his mech up and running. We saw him pop it off in that engagement that he had when there was a 1v4. But now that he's got his whole team here, I think Mach-5 aren't really wanting to engage on this, and probably just going to let this tier 1 drop.
Big arrow out, but it misses the mark. But these guys have just got so much heal. Mech, they've got Treant. They can sit there and wail in this tower quite happily. And Treant's actually hiding in the bushes there, so I wonder if he was going to do a bit of an invis game. Oh, Mirana's in trouble. She's actually had to pop ulti to escape then.
Yeah, Song of the Siren used defensively. Huge arrow
Big
from
arrow.
Mirana, and I think Razor's going to be going down.
Oh wow, that Mirana is just, she's just a ganking carry. You know, she just
Clockwork.
Clockwork goes down too with all that silencer damage, and it looks like Tiny's going down as well. They're not going to be able to save him. Earthshaker tries whatever he can, but
Great, Fisher.
oh, there we go. I think Silencer's going to go down. The Treant's in there healing him up, and now Slider goes down, and Earthshaker goes down too. And guess what? This Silencer has picked up all of that intel and not gone down. That is just absolutely amazing. That was a full team fight.
Treant got the living armor on, then he put in the Nature's Guise to go in Viz, and all he has to do is just stay exactly where he was, and he was fine. The creep's no longer wailing on him.
Really nice job there. That Treant being really confident in his supporting skills and making sure that that Silencer is staying alive, because he's very squishy. He doesn't have much in the way of like any type of tankiness or anything, but you want him there the whole time. So Treant doing a great job.
So I think Psyche is going to be probably buying Frog a beer after the end of this tournament.
And it looks like now that actually Nagasiren's got illusions out farming the jungle, and they're actually they found Silencer and they've taken him out. What a nice kill. So there we go, Silencer going down finally, and he's managed to get off.
And he extended.
I think it was
he extended just a little bit too far. Right on the map. Whoops. I immediately regret my decision. So I think these guys are just happy to go back to their laning and farming. Nagasiren and Mirana pushing in bot are going to be probably finishing off this lower tower. It's going to be no issue at all, especially with the DD Nagasiren.
Yeah, absolutely right. And she's already got this Radiance as well. She's just rocking brown boots, Radiance, and a bottle. It's just amazing. A couple of G's.
16-minute Radiance.
Yeah, she is just smashed. And we've seen this before, a Naga mid. In fact, I think it might have even been last time we casted OG. That we saw a Naga just tear it up mid. Absolutely tear it up mid. And it's so devastating because then once she's got that early level advantage, once she's got that early Radiance, which she's just smashed out in 16 minutes, she can then basically farm the opposing jungle. She can farm her jungle. She can farm the lanes all at once. And looks like the Slider's actually just got a big arrow, but Tiny's coming in. Tiny's actually throwing the Slider in to stun the Mirana, but he's going to go down to that. So poor old Slider. And it's still actually going on up here. We've got a clock there. And now Razor's in a bit of trouble. Boom! Down he goes as well. And Tiny hanging around. Not a good idea. That is just wow.
Psych, all he has to do is just hang around. He doesn't even need to get all the kills. All he has to do is be there, and he's already got 24 intelligence stolen from Mach-5. And that's so much less mana than could be had on these, as you said.
And that's right-click damage, and that's almost carry potential to a support who's had no farm. So, beautiful strategy there. We've actually rocked this a couple of times too. We try and run an aggressive try with Silencer, especially with someone like a Juggernaut and a Crystal Maiden or something, to really just make sure that you get lots of kills and lots of intelligence up early for that Silencer. And
it's worked out really, really well.
They've done very well, haven't they? Really nice team rotation as well. Now they're just kind of sticking together, trying to really nail home this map dominance.
Yeah, they've only got one outer tier tower, and then you've just got the tier 3s on high ground left to smash down. And I think after they get this last one for the tier 2 top, that's going to be an extra 200 gold in their pockets, and then they're going to be happy to probably go take Rosh and then make their way up mid for the high ground push.
Wow. And just looking at this experience difference, if you look at it's on the experience graph, it's more than 15,000. And if you actually look at hero level, you've just got such a massive gap between Mirana, for example. Mirana is on 14.
Wow.
Shaker hasn't even got his ulti yet. He is on 5. Okay, that is insane. What we are seeing here is just, I hope she hasn't peaked too early. I hope this is just a warm-up game for her, but she has just got so much skill in the Mirana, or whoever's playing the Mirana is just doing such a bang job.
It'll be interesting to see later if OG managed to take this. It'll be interesting to see in later games during today whether Clue sticks with the Mirana or shows that he's got a bit of diversity with his hero choices and skills.
A little bit of clockwork. Clockwork's gone in on a
Illusion.
Illusion, yeah. A bit unlucky there. Probably kind of
Blink Dagger. Blink Dagger picked up on the Treant Protector.
Oh, that's lovely. And now you've got so much synergy with the Naga Siren ulti, and then Treant can just blink in and catch everyone, and it's really just going to be, quite devastating. A lot of team fighting now.
I wonder if Treant knows that you can actually pick up a Blink Dagger from the side shop. I mean, you can just head right there and pick it up and don't have to have the courier send it out to you.
You know what, that's one of those funny things. I never buy my Blink Dagger from the side shop either, and I really should.
Yeah, it's just some interesting things. Like beginners, when they first play Dota, they're like, when you tell them that you can buy mana boots at the side, even though it's a secret shop item, you're just like, what? Oh, Clockwork's probably going to go down from the Viper ulti. Poisoned him.
Damn.
And he's not going to take any hits from that tower thanks to living armor.
They're just so strong. Oh, it looks like we've actually got a GG.
Yep, GG just before they pushed high ground.
So, yeah, it looks like they're going to call it, and that's a bit sad. And I just feel a bit sorry for Mach-5 because they've went to this tournament and
It's his first and only Echo Slam for the game.
yeah,
Down he goes.
down he goes. And I was waiting for the tree and ulti too. We haven't seen any of those, but there we go. The tree ulti there But congratulations to OG. They're doing a really good job. And yeah, I think Mach-5 is calling the GG now. Maybe the last game of the day for them. So it's, but you know, good learning. They'll come back next week, or even possibly Wednesday, and defend their effort. Try and improve on it.
Yeah. So this is going to be Rex down, and it seems that Mach-5 keep cancelling the GG call, which is understandable. Down goes the Slaughter. Viper's just tanking all the damage.
Now the race is going to go down as well. So much heals coming out from that Lich Seed. Look at that. 4-person Lich Seed heal there, plus the mech, plus the living armor. Just so many heals, and there we go. So they've decided to go through with the GG. It was just too big of an advantage in OG's side.
And so that's the single elimination first round done. OG are the victors here, and they're going to be moving on to round 2. For those of you who are watching on Twitch, thank you so much. I'm Boakley. Joining me has been the effervescent Rock, and we represent 4 States Casting. Remember to click that little follow button, because we got some more League of Dota coming your way in just a few minutes. If you want to check them out on Dota TV, apologies for that match. I messed up with the ticketing system, but all the future matches that we're casting will be available on Dota TV, so you can check it out in-game and get some item drops for all the multi-kill action. So make sure you guys stick around. We've got some tunes coming your way during the break.